I'm going to make do, Katina. There we are. Just leave it. Okay, so you're going to start with your legs crossed, hands on tops of the knees. We're going to drive the chest up nice and high, take a deep breath into the belly. We're going to take a big inhale again. We're going to scrunch the shoulders up by the ears. And then as we exhale, we're going to draw the shoulder blades back and down. We're going to go again. Inhale, scrunch the shoulders up. And exhale, shoulders back and down. We're going to tilt the head over to the left. And we're going to shift the gaze down towards the floor on the left-hand side. And then return the head back to centre. We're going to do the same on the right, so drop the head down to the right. Shift the gaze, looking down towards the floor on the right-hand side. And head back to centre. We're going to go again over to the left. And then we're just going to tuck the chin in, we're going to roll the head forward. And then over to the right. And then tuck the chin back in, we're going to go back over to the left. And bring the head back to centre. Okay, so we're going to take the left hand out towards the left, with a soft bend in the elbow. And then we're going to take the right hand over towards the left. And we're going to try and push this right hand away from the right hip to try and pin this hip down towards the ground. Again, draw the breath deep into the belly, try and expand the rib cage as we inhale. Now we're slowly going to come back up to sit-in. And then we're going to come over to the right-hand side. Soft bend in the elbow. Again, push this left hip down towards the floor, left hand over towards the right. Big breath into the belly. And we're going to slowly come back up to sit-in. What we're going to do now is interlock the fingers behind the lower back, palms facing together. And then your aim is to try and straighten the arms, so try and push the arms nice and straight. And by doing that, you're going to lift up the chest as well. If you're going to make the stretch a little bit harder, you take the hands off the lower back and pull the hands away. Keep driving the chest up high. And slowly release, relax the hands, relax the arms. And then we're going to interlock the fingers in front of us, palms facing forward. And we're going to feel like we're pushing our hands away from us, so our shoulder blades are sliding forward and away from each other, round in the upper back. And relax the hands back down. We're just going to come forward on the hands and the knees. Bring the spine into a neutral position for now. So make sure the hands are stacked underneath the shoulders, knees stacked underneath the hips. Relax the feet. And then as we inhale, we're going to drop the belly button down towards the floor, arching the back, lifting up the chest, looking forward. As you exhale, we're going to lift the belly button up, round to the back this time. We're going to feel like we're pushing the floor away from us. So again, our shoulder blades slide forward. And back, inhale, drop the belly button down, lift up the chest, looking forward. And exhale, round the back, push the floor away from you. Last one, drop the belly down. And pull the belly up. And return the spine back to neutral. What we're going to do now is take a step out with the knees. Have the feet touching, we're going to sit back onto the heels, take the hands out in front of you. Rolling the fingertips away, trying to lengthen the spine as much as you can. You drop the head down to the floor if it's comfortable. We're just going to take 3 deep breaths. Really trying to expand the ribs, pushing the belly out as you inhale.
hands where they are. We're just going to come up onto the fingertips. So we're going to create a space between the forearms and the floor. You're going to feel like you're pushing your chest down a little bit further. And we're going to take the right hand, we're going to thread it under that left arm. We're going to look under the gap in the left arm. And we're just twisting from the belly button. If you want more rotation, you can take the left hand onto the lower back. Push the right hand into the floor. Deep breath into the belly. Take that left hand back. Bring the right one to follow. And then we're just going to do the same on the other side. So we're going to take the left hand under the right. And we're going to look under that gap. Twisting from the belly button again. If you want a bigger twist, take the right hand on the lower back. Push the left hand into the floor this time. Deep breath into the belly. And take that right hand back to where it was, following it with the left. We're going to inhale, come back up onto the hands and the knees. We're going to stack the hands again underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Take the left foot forward next to the left hand. And we're going to slide the right knee back one step. We're going to take the hands off the floor, so we're coming up. We're going to take the hands to heart center, push the hands straight up to the sky, try to get your biceps by the ears, let the hips drop between the legs. And as we're pushing our hands together, we're going to push the hands up and we're going to lean slightly over towards that left hand side. And come back to center. As we drop the hands down to the floor, we're going to come up onto the fingertips and we're just going to lift up the hips, straightening out that front leg, pulling the toes back towards you. The leg doesn't have to be completely straight, you can have a soft bend in it, as long as you can feel the stretch in that hamstring. We're just going to shift our weight now into that front foot. Take the hands forward a little step, drop the hips between the legs again. We're going to contract the right glute, pushing the hips down towards the floor. So we're actively pushing the hips down. We're going to lift the hips back up, walk the hands back in, straighten that front leg back out. Pull the toes back towards you again. This time, we're going to dig the heel into the ground, so activating the hamstring in a lengthened state. We're going to push into the ground. We're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend back into that front knee. Again, we're going to push the hips down towards the ground. And then we're going to do that at a stretch one last time. So when you're ready, lift up the hips, straighten that front leg out, walk the hands in, drive that foot into the ground, hold in. 3, 2, 1. Walk the hands back forward, bend back into that front knee. We're going to roll onto the outside of that front ankle, let the knee float away. And then we're going to roll that foot back in, bring the knee back close to the shoulder. Let it roll out again. And back in. And last one, roll the knee out. We're going to take the left hand this time up towards the sky. Careful not to collapse the shoulder, so we're going to keep pushing the floor away from you. As you inhale, pull the hand back. As you exhale, we're going to bend the arm, bringing the elbow down towards the ground. It doesn't matter if you don't make it. As we inhale, we're going to take the hand back up, keep pushing this right hand into the ground. And exhale, elbow down. Keep that knee out. Inhale, hand back up, one last one. And exhale, elbow down. Relax the hand back onto the floor. Roll the foot back over. We're going to take the back foot, curl the toes under, lift up that back knee. So you'll feel like you're pushing your heel away from you, so really pulling the toes back towards you on that back leg. We're going to drop that back knee down again. We're going to pull the foot towards the bum, contract the hamstring on the right hand side. We're going to drop that foot down, lift up the knee, push the heel back again, really straighten the leg, We're going to drop the knee down, pull the foot towards the bum. Drop the foot down, lift up the knee. One last turn, drop the knee down, foot towards the bum, contract the hamstring. Drop that foot down, lift up the knee. Taking the front foot back into plank position, keeping the chest up nice and high. We're just going to bow our hips into the middle, squeeze the hips into the floor, straighten the arms, push the shoulders away from the ears. Big breath into the belly. We're going to lift the hips back up, so we're back on our hands and our knees, and then we're just going to repeat that on the right hand side. So taking a step forward with the right foot, get it by the hand, take a little step back with the left knee. We're going to come up, take the hands to heart center, push the hands above the head, squeeze the biceps by the ears, and then we're just going to shift our body weight so our hips are dropping between the legs, putting more weight into that front foot. Lift up the chest, lift up the hands, then we're going to lean over towards the right hand side. Deep breath in the belly. And we're turning back to center. As we drop the hands down, we're going to lift up the hips, straighten up that front leg. Again, it doesn't have to be completely straight. And we're just going to hold this first stretch passively. So we're just going to hold it there, we're not going to push into the ground yet. Okay, so we're going to shift our body weight into that front foot, take the hands forward a step, let the hips drop between the legs. This time we're going to tuck the pelvis under and contract the left glute. So you're actively pushing the hips down towards the ground. You're going to lift up the hip, pull the hands back in, straighten that front leg out, pull the toes back again, doesn't have to be completely straight. This time we're going to dig the heel into the ground. We're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend back into that front knee, push the hips down towards the floor again. Keep contracting that left glute. Lift the hips back up, walk the hands in, straighten the leg out, and again drive the heel into the ground. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend back into that front knee. Let the hips drop. We're going to roll onto the outside of that front ankle, let the knee float away. And then we're going to roll it back in. We're going to go again, roll the knee out. And back in. And last one, knee out. Keeping the knee where it is, we're going to take the right hand up this time. As you inhale, pull the hand back, making sure you're pushing that left hand into the ground. As you exhale, we're going to twist, bringing the elbow down towards the ground. Inhale, hand back up. And exhale, elbow down. Inhale, hand up. And exhale, elbow down. Relax that hand back down, roll back onto the foot. We're going to take the back ankle, we're going to pull it towards the bum, contract the hamstring on the left hand side. And we're going to drop that back foot down towards the floor, lift up the knee, push the heel away from you. So really trying to straighten that back leg. Drop the knee down, we're going to pull the foot towards the bum again, contract the hamstring, drop the foot down, lift up the knee, push the heel back, really straighten the leg. And last one, knee down, foot towards the bum, squeeze, and then foot down, knee up. Take the front foot back into plank position again, keeping the shoulders nice and high. We're going to drop the hips down towards the ground. Squeeze in the glutes, pushing the shoulders away from the ears. Really trying to lengthen the spine, lengthen the neck. And we're going to drop the chest onto the ground and move back a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, So taking the hands into a cactus position, so you're taking them at a 90-degree angle. You're going to look at where your left elbow is. You're going to pop your left hand there, elbow up towards the sky. What you're going to do now is push the hands into the floor. You're going to bend the left leg, and then you're going to take the left leg, twisting it back over towards the right. Doesn't matter if your leg doesn't touch the floor, that's fine. Just come to wherever's comfortable for you. Take a deep breath. And then we're going to roll back. We're going to do that 2 more times. So when you're ready, push the left hand into the ground, take the left foot over, twist in from the belly button, big breath into the belly, and roll back over. And last one. Rolling over to the right. And roll back over. Relax that left hand down, and then we're just going to do the same thing on the right hand side. Take in the right hand where the right elbow was, bend in the right leg, taking it over towards the left, twist from the belly button, and roll back. We're going to do that 2 more times. Back over towards the left. And roll back. And last one. And roll back. Okay, so relaxing the chest down. You can either rest the chin down or your forehead, whichever is most comfortable for you. That's our aim, is to try and keep either our chin or our forehead down. I'm not going to, because otherwise you won't hear what I'm saying. Take the hands out into a T position. We're going to roll onto our baby fingers so our thumbs are pointing up towards the sky. And then we're going to lead with the thumbs. We're going to try and keep them pointing upwards. We're going to lift the hands off the ground as high as they can, really squeeze it back, and then drop them down. We're going to do that 5 times. So when you're ready, coming up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest them down. We're going to take the hands into a Y position. So you're literally just shaking them as if you're in a Y. Keeping the thumbs up. Again, drop the chin down. It's a little bit harder to keep your chin or your head down. So we're going to go 5 times again. Coming up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax the hands down. And then you take the hands out in front of you. So you're going to do palms facing down to start off. We're going to take the hands off the floor, half of them. Slowly take them out to a T. When we get to that T position, we're going to flip the palms. Take the hands onto the lower back, hold onto the wrists, relax the elbows down. We're going to squeeze the elbows together, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Try and take the hands off the lower back. Keeping your hands up nice and high, we're going to take the hands back out to a T. Flip the palms, take the hands back overhead, nice slow movements. Drop the hands back down. We're going to do that 1 more time. Take the hands out in front of you, half of them off the floor. Take them out to a T. Flip your palms. Take the hands onto the lower back, hold the wrist. Relax the elbows down. Take a deep breath. You're going to squeeze the elbows together, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Take the hands off the lower back. Try to maintain the hands as high as you can. Take them out to a T. You're going to flip the palms nice and slow. Take the hands back overhead and rest them down. Take the hands underneath the shoulders, you just got to push up. Sitting back into child's pose, separate the knees, sitting back onto the heels. Take your hands out in front of you, take a deep breath. Now we're going to inhale, come back up onto the hands and the knees. So we're going to work a little bit more on your hip. So what we're going to do again is stack the hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. We're going to pull the left foot towards your bum. We're going to try and keep that foot pinned there, so try not to move the foot. We're going to lead with the knee the whole time. So think about bringing your knee towards your chest. Take the left knee out towards the left. Keep that foot nice and close, push your knee towards the back of the room. Bring the knee back into the chest. We're going to go again, out towards the left, towards the back into the chest. Keeping that foot nice and close, we're going to draw 2 circles with the knee coming backwards. So the same way you went. And then we're going to go forwards. So start pushing the leg back first, and then coming round. We're going to straighten that left leg then towards the left, toes pointing forward. You literally just want it out towards the side view. If this is a bit much on your wrists, you can come up onto your fists. This is a little bit easier. Okay, so we're going to work on some external rotation of the hip. So I want you to be mindful of trying to keep a nice neutral spine. So as we turn the foot out, or turn the toes up towards the sky, try not letting it back round, try and maintain a nice straight spine, okay? So we're going to roll on the heel, toes up towards the sky, contract the glute in the top position. You can contract the quad as well. And then we're going to roll that foot backwards. Toes back up. Nice neutral spine, point the toes back forwards. And last one, toes up. And back forwards. So you can take your hands out a little bit of a step now. Brace yourself on the floor. What we're going to do is build up a little bit of glute strength in this position. So we're going to take your foot off the floor 5 times. We're going to try and minimize as much movement as you can, but you're going to move, so it's fine. So when you're ready, coming up, lift the leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the leg down, you might get a little bit of cramp. Take that knee back in, we're going to shift the hips side to side. Take the hands back underneath the shoulders. So we're going to take the right foot in towards the bum this time, keeping it nice and pinned. Take the right knee towards the chest, out towards the right, towards the back of the room, back in. We're going to go again, out towards the right, towards the back of the room, back into the chest. 2 circles with the knee as big as you can get them. Going backwards, and then the opposite, going forwards. When you've done that, take the leg out towards the right, toes point forward again, come up onto the fists, a little bit easier on your wrists. Again, think about a nice neutral spine, so try and keep your spine in the same position as your legs move in. So toes pointing towards the ceiling, rolling on the heel, and drop it back forward. We're going to go again, toes up, and back forward. And last one, toes up, and back forward. Take the hands out a little step. And the same thing, might get a little bit of cramp. We're going to take the leg off the floor 5 times, so you're ready coming up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that knee back in, rock the hips side to side. What we're going to do now is we should come and sit onto our thumbs. Bring the knees up. We're going to sit back so that your body weight is in your hands, or you're leaning backwards into your hands. Again, we're going to work on a bit of mobility stuff. So we're going to drop both knees down to the left, separating the feet. You might want to separate your feet a little bit more if it's a bit uncomfortable. We're going to go over towards the right-hand side. We're going to lead with the right knee first, trying to leave your left knee down as long as you can, and then slowly bringing that left knee over. Dropping it down, that's it. So we're going to go with the left knee, trying to leave that right knee where it is for as long as you can, trying to separate your knees. Going over to the left. We're going to go back over to the right, leading with the right. And we're going to go back over to the left. So when your knees are over to the left, we're just going to sit up and we're going to face that left knee. So you want your left knee to be dead in line with your chest. We're going to adjust the legs, so you're in a 90-degree position. So you want your front leg, front ankle to be 90 degrees, back ankle to be 90 degrees to your knee. We're going to take the hands either side of that front leg. We're going going to push into the ground. As you push into the ground, we're just going to focus on lifting this ankle off the floor as high as you can. So don't think about the knee coming up as much. We're going to focus on lifting that ankle. It's not going to move a lot, but that's what we want. So when you're ready, you're going to come up. We're going to lift the ankle 5 times. Push it into the ground, coming up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it down. We're going to take the hands in front of that knee. Lean the chest forward. And we're going to lift up the back ankle. Try to keep this knee still. We're going to keep the knee on the floor. Keep it where it is. So when you're ready, coming up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Sitting up. We're going to cross the hands across the front of the body. And we're going to turn the elbows to face the back knee. So we're going to face the elbows towards the right knee. That's it. And we're going to push back. And we're going to twist again. We're going to hold. And back to where you were. And last one. Twist. And back to where you were. Keeping your arms across the front of the body, we're just going to lean over this left knee. We're going to hold for 3, 2, 1, and then we're going to drive the knee into the ground, push yourself back up to sit in. If you get a cramp in this glute, you can just lift up that back knee out to that back ankle, and it should be go. When you're ready, we're going to go again, lean the chest over. 3, 2, 1, drive the knee into the ground, push yourself back up. Okay, so we're going to go over to the right hand side. So you can either do what we did before, drop your hands behind you and lead with the knees, or you can do a little bit of a harder version, which is taking your hands out in front of you, keep your feet where they are. We're going to lead with that right knee, slowly let the left one follow, and then back onto the right hand side. Nice. So take on your legs, just make sure that they're back in that 90 degree position. And when you're ready, hands onto the either side of that right leg, drive the hands into the ground. We're going to focus on lifting up that right ankle off the floor. It's coming up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take the hands in front of that right knee, the chest forward. And we're going to lift up that left ankle this time, keeping the left knee down. When you're ready, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming up to sit in. Cross the hands across the front of the body. And we're just going to twist from our belly button towards the left, trying to keep both knees on the ground and back. We're going to go again, twist and back. Last one, twist and back. So we're going to lean over this right knee, leaning forward. 3, 2, 1. Drive the knee into the ground and push yourself back up to sit in. If you get a cramp, try and lift that back leg. And we're going to go again, lean forward. 3, 2, 1. Push yourself back up to sit in. We're going to bring the knees back to centre. So it's up to you. You can either put the hands behind you, you can go a harder version, lead with the left, let the right follow. We're going to take both the legs out in front of us, sitting up nice and tall. Your glutes might be a little bit here for that. So we're going to pull the toes back towards us, nice straight legs, sitting up nice and tall on our sit bones. We're going to take the hands up overhead. We're going to push the hands up as high as you can, lifting up the chest. And we're going to lean forward, hinge at the hip, and keep reaching forward, keep lifting up the chest. And just coming forward and rabbit hold where it's comfortable. So if that's your shins, your ankles, your feet, wherever. And we're trying to make sure that your back is nice and straight, your chest is upright. We're going to take 2 deep breaths. And we're slowly going to come back up to sit in. Give your legs a little bit of a shake, give your back a little bit of a wiggle. So we're going to do that same thing again, but as we grab a hold of the feet or your ankles, we're going to let the upper back round, so stretching all of the upper back as well as the arms and the backs of the legs. So when you're ready, hands up, lift the chest up nice and high, hinging from the hip, bending forward, grab hold, and then we're just going to let the shoulder blades slide forward, slide away from each other. Take a nice deep breath, it should emphasize the stretch. Last breath. And relax back up to sitting. Okay, so we're going to pull the left foot in towards the bum. We're going to hold it with the right arm. We're going to twist from the belly button. We're going to take the left hand behind the lower back on the floor. Come up onto the fingertips so you can maintain a nice high chest. Sometimes if you come onto the palm of your hand, your back's a little bit rounded. So really hug that knee in. Fingertips on the floor, locking over that left shoulder if you can. Deep breath into the belly. We're going to relax back to centre. We're just going to swap legs. We're going to pull that right knee in, drop the left foot out. We're going to hug the right knee with the left arm, pop the fingertips of the right hand behind the lower back. Again, twist and up over that right shoulder. And relax back around centre. We're going to pull both the knees in, have the feet touching, and then let the knees drop out. We're going to hold onto the ankles, pulling the feet nice and close, sitting up nice and tall. We're just going to give the knees a little bit of a jig. And then what we're going to do is we're going to activate the glutes. We're going to actively pull the knees down towards the ground. So don't be pushing your knees down with your arms. Keep the elbows off, and we're going to pull the knees down with our own glutes. We're going to hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Give the knees a little bit of a jig. And we're going to go again, drive the knees down towards the floor. 3, 2, 1, and relax. We're going to bring the knees up slightly, and we're just going to take the legs into a straddle position. So don't come as wide as you can, because we're in a little bit of forward movement. So once you're in a comfortable position, pop the hands onto the insides of the legs. We're going to pull the toes back towards us, and then we're going to drop them so your toes are pointing just behind you slightly. And then we're going to take baby steps forward, nice and slowly, creeping forward until you can't come forward anymore. Once you're in that bottom position, as you inhale, I want you to push yourself out to the stretch. So you're giving yourself some room to breathe. Take a big breath of air. Your belly should expand, and as you exhale, you're going to contract the core. So you're going to squeeze your core down, pulling yourself down. And you're also going to try and straighten the legs as much as you can, so you're also contracting the quads. So as you inhale, relax. Take a deep breath. Exhale. Squeeze your core, straighten the legs as hard as you can. Inhale, relax. And exhale, squeeze. Straighten the legs as much as you can. Use the strength of your glutes and use the strength of your abs to pull you into that bottom position. Last one, inhale. And exhale. And we're going to start making our way back up to sit in. So we're going to take baby steps on our way back in. We're going to scoop up behind the knees, bring the knees together, bring the feet together. We're going to give them a hug, and then we're just going to roll onto our back. So I'm just going to turn my mat so you can see what I'm doing. So taking the knees in towards the chest. We're just going to rock the knees side to side. As we're rocking the knees side to side, we're slowly going to let the knees float away from us. So we're almost drawing a zigzag line with the knees.
side to side, start bringing the knees closer and closer to the chest. And then let them float away again. And back in. And we're going to plant the feet on the ground. So you want your feet to be hip width apart. What we're going to do is place the palms of the hands down onto the ground. And I want you to think about tucking your pelvis under. So contracting the core, tucking your pelvis under. And we're just going to push the hips up towards the sky, keeping your knees together as much as you can. So we're going to feel like we're squeezing a little ball between our knees. Keep driving the hips up as high as you can. Keep holding, keep breathing. And then we're slowly going to release the hips down towards the floor. We're going to walk the feet in towards each other, and then we're going to drop the knees out. We're going to try and relax the hips. So our feet are touching, and our knees are either side of the hips. We're going to take 2 deep breaths, and then we're going to do the hip bridge again. Slowly bring the knees back to center, walk the feet just to hip width, so separating the feet. Place the palms of the hands on the floor, push the hands down, we're going to tuck the pelvis under, and then we're going to drive the hips up towards the sky. Think about making connection with your heel, the ball of your foot, and your big toe. Keep squeezing the knees together, keep pushing the hips up high. And then we're slowly going to release. Dropping the hips down, walk the feet together again. And then we're going to let the knees drop either side of the hips. So the knees are separate. We're going to take 2 deep breaths again. And again, slowly we're going to bring the knees together. And this time we're going to take the feet outside hip width. So our knees are falling into the middle. We're going to take a breath. Keeping your feet where they are, we're just going to drop both knees down to the left. So our legs are in a zigzag position. Kind of similar to the 90-90 we were in earlier. And you should notice that there's a gap between the right knee and the ground. We're going to take a deep breath in. And then we're going to push that right knee down towards the floor, trying to close that gap a little bit. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Keep the legs where they are, just relax. We're going to take a deep breath again. And then drive that right knee down towards the floor. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax the legs. We're going to take the knees back to center. Keep the feet where they are. And then we're going to drop both knees down to the right. Again, just letting the legs fall into whatever position is comfortable for now. And then we're just going to close the gap between the left knee and the floor. Pushing the knee down, we're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Take a deep breath. And we're going to go again, drive that left knee down. 3, 2, 1. And relax, bring the knees back to center. We're going to take the feet back into hip width. And then we're going to take the left ankle, cross it over the right knee. If it's comfortable, stay there. If you want a deeper stretch, you're going to pull that knee towards the chest and interlock the fingers behind the back of that right leg. We're going to hold this for 3 breaths. 3, Focus on trying to slow your breathing down. Every time you inhale, your belly should rise. And then when you exhale, your stomach should contract. We got one more breath. And then we're just going to plant that right foot back onto the floor and we swap legs. So right ankle across the left knee. Again, if it's comfortable, stay there. If you want a deep stretch, pull the knee in. Interlock the legs behind, the fingers behind the back of the left leg. Again, we're going to hold this for 3 breaths. Think about slowly breathing down. And last one. Release the hands, then we're going to drop that foot down towards the floor. Planting the right one as well. We're going to bring both knees in towards the chest, give them a squeeze. And then we're going to tuck the hands behind the backs of the knees. And then we're going to rock ourselves back up to sit in. And we're done, guys. Thank you so much.
Yay!
Yay!